Thank you guys for joining me today. As you can see, I have laid out the cards already, and I'll go ahead and get started. The card on the bottom of the deck is Green Man. Green Man is about fertility. It's about it corresponds with the peak of summer, but it's really about just the lush foliage and the harvest and the berries and it's just a really, really wonderful time of plenty. A wonderful time of plenty and feeling at the top of your game. This card also corresponds more or less with the energy of the Emperor, the person who's able to manifest, right? This person may be a father, doesn't have to be a biological male per se, but it's somebody who relates like that. They're a father, they're the president or CEO of the company. They are at the top of their game. They are the best qualities of all the kings of the four suits. They embody those qualities. They're just a really well-balanced energy. So this may be you, this may be somebody in your life. But take that as it resonates. And let's see what the cards have to tell us about that. We have here the Death card as our first card. This is something that's been on your mind, right? So it's really not likely to be a literal death unless you're processing having lost somebody, because this is mental. This is not underneath you. Okay, this is you're thinking about the end of something, the end of a cycle. You may be mourning something. You're letting go. You're releasing. Now, we do have the images of the crows or ravens, whichever they are on here. The reason being is that they can eat a carcass, right, of carrion on the road, and they can seek sustenance from death. So they really survive because of death. So that's something in that death is part of what sustains and nourishes us. We learn a lot in our death. This is a metaphorical death for most of us. We're letting go of something that is no longer of service to us. We're transforming. The transformation is going to be a very positive thing. And I draw up these three cards at once here because we have the death and letting go of something. We're also receiving instruction. So perhaps we're teaching someone, or perhaps we're the student, but it's really moot anyway, because as we know, usually the teacher learns as much or more as a student in that process. The students teach the teachers how to teach, and the teachers teach the students how to think and how to learn. The sun energy that is beneath us is about happiness, joy, fertility, dreams come true, falling in love, marriage, children, whatever your heart's desire. The sun is the planetary ruler of Leo, so sometimes that can involve Leo energy, and I am thinking in part for yourself. Green Man occurs around Cancer or Lunasaw, so again, we're still with the Cancer time of, I'm saying between June, 21st-ish and, through the summer, July, August, the summer months. So it's kind of that two sign span between Cancer and Leo here. But very definitely there's happiness and there's joy coming into this picture. Underneath, I might even note, underneath the Green Man card on the bottom of the deck, we have the Hare, the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands. There's this guardian energy, though, too, that I'm drawing to that. And I believe that has something to do with the death. Like, we're letting go of old and toxic patterns of behavior. We're letting go of old toxic ways of thinking and behaving in our lives. We're facing our fears so that we can move on through them, learn and grow from them. And that's in part what this instruction is about. That's in part what the instruction is about. We're learning about our journey. We're identifying what it is and where it is that we need to grow. But there's a great deal of happiness with this. And at the center of our reading here, we have the Green Woman. This is not even a soulmate pair. This is a beyond soulmate pair, like a twin flame pair, because we have green woman and green man in the same reading. She's at the heart of the reading and he's at the sky of the reading. He's the one card summary of the overview of this. This is about this person coming in, Leo. This is about this person coming in and the joy. Think about this. They're both at the peak of summer and the lushness and abundance that summer provides. The flowering, the fruits, the berries, the sun and the sky, the joy, the fun, the warmth. This is fantastic. This is about the coming together of twin flames, soulmates, people meant to be together. Now we see here the Judgment card. Now the Judgment card is about having learned a karmic lesson and walking away from that lesson enlightened. We even see a person riding a reindeer off into the sky above that rainbow there. We're emerging from the cave. Oh, and that's a beautiful metaphor because back here with the Guardian, this was an ancient cave bear emerging from the cave. And here we have the polar bear. Still looking plump, with the fur intact. We're emerging better than we were when we were in there. It's almost like we shed our skin and we grew a new one while we were in there. Going through the process of it. That's our Judgment card. So we have judgment and we have joy. We're moving on and we feel refreshed and uplifted from that. Frustration, this is not going to be major, not with these cards. It may be, I'm feeling it's less frustration and more about the inability to take aim at something. We're struggling to take aim at something in this. We're not able to bring down the ideas or the concepts that we want. This is a mental frustration for the most part. Arrows is intellectual. It's communication. Something's missing its mark. That's on your mind. Possibly it's a worry. Or it could just be some of this leftover from here. Sometimes when processing change, loss type situations, it can be very frustrating in getting out of that. We're noticing our loss. And so a lot of times that's when we notice it. We may be making more mistakes or dropping things or forgetting things or getting confused and disoriented. And sometimes we can because when we're processing death, we're pulled into the emotions sphere. And when we're in our emotional state, in our emotional life and deep within that, we're not as in tune with our logical side. And of course, we need the both to balance to find our best choices in processing and dealing with our emotions and healing and all the rest. So be patient with yourself as you're coming out of this transition, this leaving behind of things that no longer serve you, moving forward in your life. Let me start with this other card. Okay, so we saw frustration up here, and then this is the card that's coming. This is not a question mark. This will be happening if it isn't already for you. The Archer. Now, the Archer could possibly be an Aries, and of course, there's some of that energy up there with the frustration. These are almost like polar opposites, but this is major arcana and that's minor. But in this person is taking aim at what they want. They're taking aim at what they want. And then you see, of course, 2 loyal companions here. So this is about friendship, hunting companions, this and that. So this frustration that may have occurred here is going to be offset because whatever you're hoping to do will do. Fertility issues came up in one of the earlier readings. And that may be something to check out. I don't remember exactly which one it was. It was one of the earliest ones like Pisces or Aries or something. But, so that could be you. But this is about hitting your mark. If you were having issues before and you just didn't seem like you're thinking, we can't conceive. No, it'll happen. Just give it time and space. But that having been said, be careful how you talk yourself through that frustration, because it may not have to be as big a deal as it could be. Or sometimes we make things worse because we talk to ourselves in some kind of a way, and then we wonder why we're miserable. Well, we need to reframe this picture. What are the good things that came out of the situation? Even challenging situations can have some good come from them. Now, obviously I'm excluding certain ones that would be totally egregious, like somebody dying or, some huge moral crime against a person. But, like a lot of the ordinary grind that we can do, sometimes we can check that just by how we talk to ourselves through a situation of say a minor inconvenience or a major inconvenience, whatever that looks like. All right. With that, let me get to our Denise Linn Sacred Traveler Oracle cards. Okay. Voyage of the heart. Love flows through you and to you. Voyage of the heart. Okay. Let's see. You are beloved. You are deeply loved and profoundly lovable. You are a sacred vessel for love to flow through you. God the Creator is love, and in your essence, so are you. In matters of romantic love, all is healing or is already healed on the inner planes. Trust the messages from your heart and follow them, even if they are at odds with your mind. Angels and guides are communicating with you. Listen to their soft whispers. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know joyous love flows through you and to you. You deserve love. There is nothing you need to do to receive this vibrant energy. Tenderness and devotion are finding their way to you. The traveler walks with a light heart on the path, knowing that she is surrounded with love. It's truly a day for rejoicing. Your capacity for receiving and giving love is expanding. Let your heart lead you forward. Your mission on earth is to deepen your ability to impart and accept love, and that is happening right now. Thank you so much for joining me.